Right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to our third and last call of the week. We're talking today about some new features and improvements we've got going on at Carrot. So, hopefully, you caught the Monday stream where we talked about SEO and how to rank like Tyler, Keith, and Bo, and how to get that consistent stream of motivated seller leads. Hopefully, you walked away with some good advice and you feel more confident in your SEO strategy there and you know what to do. And then hopefully tune into our Wednesday call where we talked about AI and how to leverage AI to speed up your content marketing efforts and how to really create a better prompt. So there's been a lot of good nuggets so far this week. Our goal today is to show you some of the powerful features we have at Carrot so you can put them into practice. But anyways, that's what we're going to be doing today. I want to introduce Taylor on the market, or sorry, not on the marketing team, on the Carrot team. Introduce yourself, Taylor, because I'm botching it for you.
Oh no, yeah. Yeah. First time caller, long time listener here. Yeah, I'm on the product team. I am a product manager, which basically just means that I work with our engineering team and our design team to improve our products or make new ones, like we'll kind of talk about a little bit on the call. But I talk with customers. Some of you who are on this live stream may have met me before. I mean, I talk with Keith about like improvements for our products and generally just take that and funnel it out into these delectable products that we are going to talk about later today.
Awesome. Well, thank you, man. One thing I want to mention, just for logistic purposes, we did pre-record this call in advance. So we pre-recorded it, but our team is on here live. So do me a favor and let us know in the comments if you're an agent, you're an investor, if you're a Carrot member or not, and where are you tuning in from. So let us know where you're watching this from. And if you have questions now, put them in the chat. If you want to see a cool feature being built at Carrot, if there's something that you want to see, put it in the chat because we have a guy from the product team on the call. Now's your chance to get us some feedback. And if you have any questions about how to use a product or you're not clear on the strategy of why should I do this or should I do X, Y, or Z, let us know and we will answer that in the chat. So love for this to be a collaborative conversation. So that being said, let's have some fun. Taylor, lots of changes been happening to the Carrot product. AI content rewrite tool. Tell us a little bit about what
Yes.
this is, why the heck we should be using it, and we'll
Yeah.
demo it.
Yeah. So we're really excited about the AI rewrite tool. And I will admit, I have gone down the rabbit hole the last few months in doing research and trying to understand AI, OpenAI and ChatGPT. That's our main kind of link and what's powering this tool. And oh my gosh, I've talking about tokens and word conversion rates is one thing that I never thought I would ever say or think about, but I have thought deeply about it. So, but that's not what the tool is necessarily here for. It's here to serve a purpose, and the purpose is we have a lot of content within Carrot's templates, and you have a lot of content that you're expected to kind of regularly publish through like our automated content library or even just content that you've added on your own, like over time. And one of the ways that we show search engines the health of a site is the content getting updated frequently. And so part of that comes with doing a lot of manual work that members have done. Some people pay VAs to rewrite content. Sometimes they shell out for a third-party service to do that. But what we wanted to do is say, okay, there's a lot of content that's on your Carrot site. If you wanted to rewrite it, either reword it or just show search engines that there's someone active behind the site owner here, the AI tool is a great way to do that. And it's really simple. So it's essentially just selecting text within the editor view that you have on your site. And then you have a little cute robot that comes up and then you click it and then the magic happens from there, which I want to demo. But that's kind of the overview of it.
Nice. So as we kind of demo this here, just can you tell me a little bit about the strategy of like why blog content and why it needs to be unique content? I think it'd be helpful if you were to share what we're talking about before we hit record your vitamin analogy.
Oh yeah.
Because I think what people are asking is like, is this going to give me the competitive edge, or is this going to help me rank #1 in Google? Like, what are some realistic expectations for unique blog content and how it's going to help your SEO?
Yeah, so the vitamins analogy that I made is kind of, if you're talking about your content strategy as an overall diet, rewriting your content is kind of like a daily vitamins that you take every day. It's not going to constitute the meat of your content. And it is going to give you a competitive advantage over someone who is not editing their content at all. But will it land you on page one alone just by rewriting the content? I don't think so. And I don't think you have a lot of members who have ever found success that way. It's in addition to the implementing unique content, implementing your expertise, your experience, your insights. That's the stuff that Google's ultimately looking for when it has like, that EAT score and applying like the overall helpfulness. Is the content different? Yes, that's something that this tool accomplishes. But there needs to be a deeper element to the content itself. So from a blog content perspective, if you're wanting to target people who are probably tired of dealing with their bad tenants, this is a great way to go. And this is a great way to establish some content that's really consistent with your strategy and who you're targeting. But you also want to stand out from everyone else who's publishing that exact post. And this is something that the tool is able to do. Do you want me to show you how it works?
Send it, man. Send it.
Okay. So our design team, and I don't even know what we're calling this. I think it's Robud. It could be Steve. I've heard a lot of things kind of thrown out there, but when you click on any kind of editable content within your page, usually as a paragraph or some sort of header block, you'll see that friendly little guy appear. And when you do that and click on that, you see this simple panel to the right where it says just rewrite text now. And there's this little note about AI here, which is a great precursor. It only shows up once, but it's a great reminder to our audience right now. Like when we're using AI to rewrite content, it's really important to read what's being generated, which I know sounds like self-explanatory, but it's very easy to skip over things when you're eager to get to the next task. So I'm just going to say right now, read AI generated content.
You need a human QC.
You do. You need a human editor to this stuff. So you hit got it. And while I was talking, it was kind of working in the background. So this is actually probably what I like the best about this AI tool that is probably a little bit different from some of the other AI tools out there, is it presents this comparison where you can see your original and compare it to the new. And having that, like you can see that, okay, I've got my market city shortcodes showing up here, differentiating, like being a landlord, anyone who's been a landlord for the length of time. Again, we're rereading this here. You can see the content is a little bit shorter than what's there. That varies, but generally we've instructed the AI to return results that are hewing really closely to the original word count. So you have this panel on the right here that gives you a few options. You can cancel and return to the original. You can try a second rewrite. You can try as many as you want. You're just got to be rewriting the same paragraph over and over. And then you can confirm the rewrite. So when you confirm the rewrite, this original disappears and you're left with what's new in the place. So let's do that.
I like how it's the top and bottom, just, I was going to say side by side, but that really simple comparison. Cause even sometimes I'm using ChatGPT, like copy and paste, going back and forth. It's easy to get lost in that thread. Be like, where am I? So that's nice.
Yeah, totally. And just a note about this, because there's probably some eagle-eyed people who have looked at this little indicator bar here and what's this AI limit about? Essentially, it's just, we give a very generous allotment of what we call tokens for the AI tool to work, and it resets every month. And the only reason that we have that in the first place is because we want to focus the actual like direction of how you're editing your content. The other thing is there's a lot to rewrite, but it takes a lot more time to create unique content and to add it on there. So rewriting content, like I said, It's a multivitamin to take in your daily diet regime, but it's not something you should be doing all the time. You don't need to overload on vitamins here. So we have this AI limit just to give you a heads up of how much you're using. Again, we don't think that many people are even going to come close to hitting this when they're going throughout the month, but that's just an FYI. And then there's a little give feedback as we're just trying to make sure that the content that's coming out is really, really good. And if there are any objections. So
Nice.
You can go throughout the page here and edit the content. The one thing I'd say in general to stay away from, you can rewrite these H2s, but really the best use of the rewrite tool is for the paragraphs and H3 and H4s. H2s tend to be like there for a reason. You don't necessarily want to be rewriting H2s that are kind of giving really important indicators to search engines.
Because now we're dipping into the strategy and the research that Carrot's writers have already done, saying these are the keywords and topics that you need to go after. So we don't want to veer too far away from that.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. So if you exit out of the ARI options, Taylor, can we still see the unique content indicator?
Oh yeah. Let me open that back up. Yeah, unique content indicator. This one is 1500 for some reason, which is a little bit. Normally we do 500, but this, I could have selected a, you know what happened? I think I selected an example post that I didn't actually post from the ACL library. So
Gotcha.
it's defaulting to like a page. And so 1500 is what we recommend for home pages and for niche topic pages, which we'll get into later. But most blog posts, minimum is 500. So that's why it's giving this too short indicator right here.
Okay, gotcha. So just the reason I bring that up, and you know, Taylor, but for everybody watching is when you launch the automated blog post, the blog post that we give you in Carrot's content library, it's important to go in and make them not only rewrite them with the tool, but make them unique, personalize them to you and your business. And you'll see as you do that, that unique content bar will slide up and get further along so that you know the content is truly unique. And you always want to shoot for, correct me if I'm wrong, Taylor, at least 30 to 50% unique content in most cases.
Yeah, I've finally gotten to the point where I have like this little simple tutorial that's written out with all like the important pages to highlight, because I found that without that kind of direction, it's easy for people to get like, I got to just focus on the blogs and rewrite all the blogs and publish lots of it. But the order of operations really is your homepage, personalizing, making it unique, your About Us, our company page, which is one of the second or third most visited page on a website. Your reviews and our company usually hit that. And then outside of that, you've got the Niche Authority Builder page, which is really robust content. We'll talk about that later. And then you have your ACL blogs. So when you get to like the order of operations, you don't want to start on blogs first, because ultimately these blogs are driving traffic your way and it's landing on your site. You're hoping that they convert on your homepage because they see you as an authority on the topic that they're researching. So you want your homepage to be fully optimized because you want that traffic to bounce over to the homepage from the post.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Anything else to share on this one before we jump over to the niche or niche? This is a debate.
That's it's a regional dialect as far as I'm concerned. The only thing I would say is that this is our first AI project. So there's a lot more down the pipeline for what we can bring in terms of functionality. And I know there's already a lot of members. I was beta testing this early on with members, and there's lots of eagerness and anticipation to like dive into it, and also like, okay, like, oh, what about if we could do this or this? So a lot that's going to be coming out in the future here. So we're really excited for this to be the first step into it. And ultimately, we want this to be a simple, worry-free interface. We don't want people to be thinking about, is this system prompt, is this the right system prompt to be feeding ChatGPT? Am I giving it the wrong context? Is it going to send something back that's not SEO friendly? And the thing is, like, with this tool, we're working in the background to constantly improve. And we had it at this point where we're really happy with the initial results.
So we talked about AI and context and prompt engineering on Wednesday. The gist of it, what Taylor's getting at, is we've already done and are constantly improving a lot of this for you in the back end. So you don't have to worry about, do I give it the exact context it needs? We've given it that because we know investors were industry specific. It's different than it's wildly different than if you were just go into ChatGPT by itself, copy and paste back and forth. We've done a lot of the teaching.
Yeah. And we'll
Sweet.
continue to improve on that as well. So I'm really excited.
Yeah. Let's talk about Niche Authority Builder.
Okay.
What the heck is Niche Authority Builder? I like to call it, in my head, I call it like manually, internal linking done for you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever been
That's
a
fair.
one-liner, but what is Niche Authority Builder? Why is it important as far as like having an SEO strategy?
Yeah, that's a great question. So it's honestly, and I'll just switch my screen to like a different test page if that's okay.
Yeah.
So this has been a really long gestating idea. And part of it came out of, my background with Carrot, I came in as a project manager with the concierge setup team. And a very common situation we were running into on these kickoff calls with members is, hey, I've got a specific niche or situation that I really like. Like I really love talking to probate leads, or I really love, some of them were wild. Like there is a guy in Florida who runs a very successful I'll buy your sinkhole home business. So a Florida home that's been hit by like a sinkhole for whatever reason, this guy comes in and he'll buy it. He'll do the infrastructure needed to repair it. And I don't know if he does like buy and hold or wholesaling. I'm not sure, but
talk about
he gets leads.
Buy your sinkhole home fast. Yeah.
it's a heck of a niche. And so I was, we'd have these conversations and realizing that the homepage, which is a great landing page for the vast majority of the traffic that's coming to your site, you cover a bunch of situations there. And that's where most of our conversions occur. But what if you could get a more qualified lead that's coming and searching really specifically for something, along the lines of foreclosure? What if they're asking not just directly like, can I sell my house in foreclosure, but they're asking, about the foreclosure process? You want to show and articulate your ability to be an authority on a topic. And that's why we called it the Niche Authority Builder, because building upon that initial need of, hey, I want a place for some of my best leads to land. That doesn't necessarily mean the homepage where they might think it's intended for something else. I want to have them land on this specific type of page. So that was where the idea was born off of. Plenty of members have been doing that themselves in various ways and circumstances. And you can see that, across the spectrum for what that looks like. But this is kind of our interpretation. We're trying to give the base foundation for you to basically establish your own like pocket authority on a topic. So a lot of that sounds like kind of nebulous. So I want to show you like what that looks like.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm excited.
Yeah. And I'll touch on the internal linking part as well as we get into it. But essentially, this is something that's available through our content tools pack. And when you go to add new from your pages view, and you can see a unique content tool thing there, you get these two options. You can choose a page type, standard page, pretty self-explanatory. And then you have a niche topic page with supporting posts. So this secondary part is really important, and I'll kind of highlight what that looks like. So instead of going to learn more, we're just going to select, and you're going to get a list of, right now, what's targeted towards hybrid and motivated seller topics. And this is something that we're going to continue to have a library that's growing as resources. But for now, here are kind of some of the main topics. You have how to sell a rental property, how selling a house in probate. Can I sell my home if it's in foreclosure? That's a really popular one thus far. It'll also show you if you've already imported some instead of, publishing out one more time. So let's do selling an inherited property. So in the background, it's already kind of basically fetching the content that we've created ahead of time. We worked with Carrots a long time, copywriters, to produce this content. A lot of keyword research went into it. And then, of course, there's the supporting articles. So before we get to that step, one thing that we would recommend is that you target your state when you're setting up these pages, unless you are in a really large market. And here's the reason: because it's in the name, niche, right? So you want to cast a wider net to get these niche leads. If you're working out of a really small city or even just a medium-sized market, this might not drive the kind of traffic that you want for this particular niche. So instead of trying to squeeze like a lot out of a little, we recommend using the state as the target market for this page, which is different from like our homepage strategy if you're working on a primary market. But we put it right there. If you're in a market of 500,000 or greater, leave this blank. We'll retain your current city. So otherwise, we're just going to put in, market state, Texas or something like that. So selling a inherited property, Texas. This just gives you a list of the articles that are going to support the main topic. And I haven't even talked about the main topic article, but as shorthand, we call it a niche topic or a niche topic page. And it's a long form article. So we're talking at least 1,500 words. Typically, it's over 2,000 words. And the reason being is it's a long article that shows like kind of covers the breadth of a subject. And then you have these supporting posts that dive even deeper into the kind of nitty gritty of that. So using an inherited home as an example, you have a how to price your inherited home in Market City for sale. You have the tax consequences of selling a house I inherited. These are all articles from our automated content library that we've curated to go along with that niche authority or that niche topic page. So a ton of work and thought went into what is ultimately supporting these topics. And it's kind of up to you after this is published to take it from really good to great. And I'll talk a little bit about that at the end.
Yeah.
So you have this list. It's 5 to 10 posts, depends on the topic, but you need 5 minimum. The reason being is we're illustrating to search engines the breadth of knowledge and understanding. And it takes a lot from a content perspective to demonstrate that to Google, because anyone can take their time, write a 1,500 like topic article on like an inherited house. It takes a lot more dedication and effort to extend that to supporting posts and to link those to and from one another. And I'll talk about why that's important when establishing a sitemap. But all that to say is it takes a lot of work to produce this kind of content. And you're able to do this in like 10 seconds here. So when we publish and review your niche topic page, it's going to take you to like the visual editor here, and you can preview. Oh, where is it? Here. I'll preview what it looks like on the front end. So this is inherited property in Richardson, the Market City there. You have like a long form article here that talks about like various steps, heirs that agree to sell the property, what happens next, how's it taxed when sold. So these are all right, like we said, like these are important highlights of the article, but it's just kind of covering the basics of that particular subject. So as you scroll down, you see these other related articles here. And this is where like the value of this really comes into play, because all of these articles are linking to and from your niche topic page. And what that's telling Google is it's highlighting the importance of this niche topic page. It's saying, okay, this is like the parent basically. And then structurally, these are the supporting posts. So, and then the other point, of course, is like when you click into one of these articles here, you're going to be able to go back to that main article itself. So I'll just share it as an example. So
This is
here it
cool
is,
because
like,
as we're talking about,
yeah,
like Google's looking for your EAT score, your expertise, experience,
right.
authority, and trust.
Yeah,
This is checking all those boxes. And imagine, like you said, like what if you could pull in a much more qualified, motivated seller lead? They're not just searching how to sell my house fast in
totally.
Richardson, how to sell an inherited home or whatever the situation is. Like they're on your website, reading all this, like this long article that walks them through and guides them through the whole process. It's building a lot of trust with them. It's answering their questions and any objections they might have. This is powerful.
Yeah. And then, at some point with the article, typically we do it within the first two paragraphs. It just has a little bit heightened value when you have a link that far up on a page. But you have a a link that goes right back to that inherited property. So that to and from component is really important. Like I said, there are lots of people who are publishing these standalone articles. They're long form. They may be excellent. They may be really knowledgeable, but they need to have that internal linking structure to create that sitemap for Google to understand.
Yeah.
So there's probably like there's a lot of ways to, once you get this page, there's a lot of things you can do with it. And rather than just leave it alone, which would fall into the maybe not so good category if we're talking good, better, best,
Yeah.
we do stress that it's really important to add your own unique content to this. And you can use the AI rewrite tool to rewrite the content to make it different from
Hmm.
other niche topic articles that are out there. But because this is your niche, this is your target audience, these are the conversations that you love to have when you're talking to leads, you need to make sure to have your expertise in there. These are broad articles. So what if you're working out of instead of somewhere in Texas, what if you're working out of North Carolina? What are the inherited property laws and regulations associated with that process? That's where you get to put your expertise in, because that can vary by state. Same goes with foreclosure or any of the other motivated seller articles that we have out there.
Okay. I like that. I think I undersold it by calling it internal linking done for you, because it does do that as well. It is doing the
Yeah.
internal linking for you, but basically understanding, doing the research for you, knowing what topics to write about, creating the individual pages under your one main page. This is awesome, man.
Yeah, and Brian, who's our in-house SEO expert, that is probably, you've talked with probably all the time because he's awesome.
Yeah. Everybody watching, you saw him on Wednesday's call. That's Brian.
Oh, there we go. Good.
Yeah.
We consulted really extensively with this, and one thing that sticks out to me that he has said multiple times is that no one else is doing this. And yeah, I mean, you can have people like publishing these long form articles, but you're not going to see that full extent. It takes a lot of work, and we're saving you a lot of time by doing that. It just becomes on your end, make this page unique. You got to make the other supporting posts unique. And then also it's up to you within the editor, but we do want to have call to actions throughout here, which will be standard kind of moving forward with these topic articles. But have those CTAs in there. Give people the opportunity to send their information if you've already built trust. I've seen members who have used these pages and made absolutely insane, great, high converting creations out of it. So think of this as the base, the foundation to build off of.
I love that. Yeah. Important to sneak those CTAs in through, intertwine them in the posts and pages after you've built that trust.
Yep.
Sweet, man. Well, let's talk about, if you could show me the SEO dashboard, the SEO suite, and show me some changes we've made to that. We'll kind of put a bow on it.
Yeah, totally. So let's share this tab instead. Now, I can't claim credit for this. My other counterpart within product is the one who spent a lot of time working on this, but I'm also really excited to talk about it because I view it as a huge up level in terms of what Carrot members have their hands on within their site. And if you work within a tech company or SaaS, or even just probably your normal workplace, one of the biggest gripes that I have is how many different apps that I have to log into and switch in and out of in order to get my work done and get my research done. And so as we're rolling out more SEO tools within this suite, we started with domain overview, but it's really our answer to that kind of complaint of like, I got to go to so many different resources to do keyword research or to get an idea of how my site's performing. We're going to continue to roll out stuff to make this really like an all-in-one complete solution. It's something we've worked really hard for. So the domain overview is our first kind of step into that building out that SEO suite.
Yeah. Nice. So what do we got here? We have our organic profile, our backlink profile, organic growth. Talk to me as if I'm just getting into SEO, and how does this show me how my site's doing?
Yeah. So ultimately, you want your site to be ranking for keywords, because the more keywords that you're ranking for, the more organic traffic is going to come your way from SERP results or from other search engines. And so you have organic visitors, which kind of corresponds with these total keywords. So total keywords is, how many keywords your site is ranking for. But you want to dig a little bit deeper and understand, okay, what's the quality of these keywords? If you're ranking within 51 to 100, chances are you're not going to get a lot of organic traffic out of that. You really do want to be in the top 3, the top 4. And so in order to do that, you'll need to, spend time working on your site, making those content edits, optimizing the page, like all the stuff that we've already just kind of covered with our niche authority builder. But this gives like a nice overview for how your site's performing. And you have your backlink profile as well. And that authority score, I don't even know what a site looks like if it reaches 100, but it's a good point of reference. Basically, you want to keep going up. That's the goal. There's always going to be a ceiling to cap out at, but you want to keep an eye on that score and keep driving that up above 0. The long and short of it is, as it goes up, good things happen. And what that's based off of is your backlink profile. So backlinks are, they cover a wide breadth of things, but it's really referring to the referring backlinks that are sending or from other sites that are linking back to your site, backlink. And so there's a lot of ways that you can build and establish backlinks, which I won't get into here, but this is essentially just keeping like a bird's eye view of what your current snapshot is, and then referring domains. And then you have your organic growth here as well. Like I was kind of demonstrating already with organic keywords. Where were you in the top 3? And that's nice, like color-coded graphics and stuff like this, really easy to read. And then organic traffic as well. I think this just comes up against, depends on the GA analytics, like when that was turned on, essentially. There's some longer term traffic that is still existing within this analytics function right here. But your backlink growth can go up, it can go down. It depends on the quality of your backlinks. So this is a great way to, if you've done any backlink work, to get an idea of how's the quality of my backlink like over time. Is it fading? Is it going away? And in general, bad backlinks are ones that are going to drop off the face of the earth. And that's not going to help your site in any way. You want really high quality backlinks that are going to sustain your site as well. It's going to show Google, hey, lots of referring domains. This site, has something going for it. It's kind of like the link version of what we just talked about with the niche authority builder. It's showing your authority by that kind of referring domains. So more referring the thinking goes, the more referring domains, the more quality backlinks, the more likely that's going to boost your profile for search engines, and also ultimately drive more traffic in rankings.
Yeah, I love being able to see that all in one spot, like seeing your backlink growth and even like the followed or not followed backlinks, different types of backlinks, text versus images. That's super useful to have it all in one spot.
Yeah. And this is very high level. Like advanced SEO strategy, kind of stuff that's getting executed, similar to the Niche Authority Builder. Like it is like content on overdrive. And this is like your backlink profile also on overdrive. So for beginners, it may be a little overwhelming to start with, as you're just starting your site. And that's okay. You don't need to have fantastic backlink profile right out the gate. It's really important to optimize your site and then start building those other important components to drive traffic to your site once it's optimized, once it's ready for the show, basically.
Yeah. I love it. Well, this is really cool. And it's cool to see this is basically V1 and it already has all these features. Like you said, we're going to be adding to it over the future as well. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. Anybody, if you have any questions, any more questions, pipe them through the chat. We'd love to answer. If you have any recommendations or feedback, or if you have a name idea for Steve or whatever we want to call it in the little menu bar there, let us know.
Yeah, the little Robud. Yeah. There's got to be a good name for him.
I like Robud. That's not too bad. One thing I want to mention, since it is week of Cyber Monday, y'all are tuning in. If you haven't already seen our emails and our ads, letting you know, we are running our Cyber Monday sale this week. And I get excited about this because it really is the biggest sale of the year that we run.
Oh, wow.
We're not just taking that from like Macy's or Kohl's. Like we rarely ever discount Carrot as far as the actual subscription of the tools. And so this page might look a little bit different depending on the time that you're looking at the page. But if you go to carrot.com/cyber, it's carrot.com/cyber. We'll put a link in the chat. You can see a couple different bundles we have going. So if you're not a Carrot member yet, you can get started for for $59. That is lower than just the price of Carrot alone. Plus, we're giving you our content tools add-on. So that includes the blog post that we're talking about, the AI content rewrite tool. We're giving you the ChatGPT prompt slide deck that we shared earlier this week, and our partners, our friends over at Deal Machine, kicked in $50 a Deal Machine credit for free. So far and away, cheapest, easiest way to get started with Carrot for $59. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, just with going over like the niche topic page and supporting articles alone, what people pay to get that written. I mean, holy cow, that's a great crazy deal. This is my live pre-recorded reaction.
Yeah, I love it. If you need a little bit more hands-on guidance and training, a lot of people, like SEO, it can be an overwhelming subject, like we've talked about, on the other calls this week. If you need a little bit more hand-holding, like myself, we have our 30-day authority building challenge where we break down what you need to do with Carrot into bite-sized steps to do every week. We're giving you our 3 lead per day training where we go like really deep into SEO, Google PPC, Google Ads, YouTube, and a whole lot more. So basically, if you want to learn how to be a marketer, if you want to learn how to be an awesome marketer as an investor agent, we will show you. We have the training to help you do it. We're not just here to sell you a tool and say, good luck. We will guide you through how to do all this, steps 1 through a million. Just kidding. There's not a million, but there are a lot of steps and we want to help you. So anyways, you can get 2 months of Carrot, our content tools add-on to get the tools that we've been sharing with you on this call, and our SEO tools add-on to unlock all of our SEO tools, the 30-day challenge, the 3 leads per day training, the ChatGPT slide deck, and the Deal Machine credits for $246. It's a crazy deal. It's a no-brainer. So the deal ends Sunday. We have a 30-day money-back guarantee. If for any reason you're not happy with it, plans change, we'll give you your money back, no questions asked. But want to let you know, if you are thinking about getting Carrot, if you've been on the fence for some time, this is the best time to do it. Go to carrot.com/cyber and check it out. It's a no-brainer. But that's all I got. Taylor, any final words, any words of wisdom for anybody watching?
The words of wisdom, like what I want you to take away from this is that unique content is always going to be king, but not everyone has time to write a bunch of stuff that's really high quality. And so that's where Carrot's stepping in and making that job way easier for you. So take that into consideration as you're figuring out what to do next.
Yes, I love it. We're here to save you time, save you money, help you work smarter. So, friends, thanks for tuning in. Check out the podcast. If you're new to Carrot, check out the podcast. Go to carrotcast.com or just search for it in your podcast app. You can get some more content like this there. I'd love to hang out with you and talk with you. But anyways, thanks for tuning in, and go to carrot.com/cyber, get the deal, and we will hopefully catch you later, everyone. Thanks,
Get
Tyler.
it. Yeah, no problem.
See you, everybody.